Hello, welcome to P226's channel. This is going to be our review of the Sig 522. This is an excellent rifle made by Sig Sauer. I believe this is made here in the United States. I don't really care, because if it's not, it's made in Germany or Switzerland, so if that bothers you, yeah, whatever. Let's jump into philosophy. Just a second, sorry. Allergy season is hitting us hard here. First stop in philosophy is Tacticool 22, which actually has several sub-POUs as I see it. There's the Tactical Trainer. That's what I would call it, is a sub-POU of a Tacticool 22. Basically is a gun that you would use to train for an AR platform or a Sig 556 platform in this case. I think you could really do either on this because of some stuff we're going to talk about later of reliability and accuracy. I think it would make a great trainer for just about anything that uses mags, even quasi-similar to these. Anything in that Stanag mag configuration. That is a traditional rifle and not a bullpup. The next sub-POU for it is a suppressed rifle. When you're doing stuff with a suppressor, the 22 long rifle and 45 ACP and a couple of other calibers have very good benefits over others. Even more powerful cartridges because they're slow moving and very easily suppressed. Okay, you can buy subsonic loadings for those other rounds, but they hit with significantly less force than they do when they're going supersonic. You're just basically making pussified rounds out of good rounds. That's why I recommend buying calibers that are already subsonic if you're going to go with a suppressor. I think this would make a good gun for that. It's very lightweight. You could carry it in addition to a 5.56 rifle, and basically a gun like this would be used with a suppressor to take out sentries. That would be that whole POU. And the third sub-POU of it is a sheep in wolf's clothing. What I mean by that is this can be a food-getting rifle. To quote so many other people here on YouTube, a gun you use to hunt small game with, but yet from a distance, if someone's trying to decide whether or not they're going to try to rob you or not, it looks like you have a Sig 5.56. Okay, if you have that kind of weaponry on you, people are going to think twice about doing it. Now, they might just decide, hey, you're a puss, I'm going to go rob you anyway, and then that kind of sucks. Okay, so you have to be prepared to defend yourself with a handgun or even a 22 like this if you're going to do that, but I still think it's a viable thing. I'd rather carry a 22 that looks like this in WROL and have the kind of scare away effect than carry like this little single shot Marlin like I show so much here on this channel. That is definitely a food getter too, but it does not have the intimidation factor that something like this would have. Okay, the next thing would be a backpacking rifle. I think this makes a great backpacking rifle. The way the Swiss do a lot of things, it basically is backpacking the Alps there, and that's why most Swiss guns have folding stocks. It just makes them easier to pack. You can strap it to a bag or have it at your side. The folding stock coming from the factory makes this a really good backpacking gun. That and it's fairly lightweight too, like I said. And you can carry the gun and a couple of these mags loaded and just be fine. And of course, all the other POUs that apply to any other 22. Okay, we're talking like food getter, target rifle, anything like that. This gun would also be good at. Okay, track record. This gun has a very good track record, both here on YouTube and for me personally. Everyone here on YouTube who's ever had one of these can do nothing but sing its praises. That has a lot to do with the fact that this is such a great gun. Okay, and this leads right into reliability. Most 22s are reliable enough. This one, the only time you'll ever see a jam in one of these guns is if a primer fails to strike. If that happens, any gun will have jam. It's like having a plastic bullet in there, like one of those training bullets. Sorry, training cartridges. People get all bent out of shape about that. Anyway, it's like having one of those snap cap training cartridges in there that, you know, causes malfunctions. It's the same thing, which for training actually isn't all that bad. I kind of like that. But you don't want to have it just jamming all the time like some other designs will. The only one I've ever had that really did that was a Marlin Model 60. So the parts inside were worn out and it just liked to jam all the time. Most 22s are at least fairly reliable. Okay, on to caliber. It's a 22 long rifle. That's really all there is to say about it. Everyone watching this should know everything there is to know about a 22 long rifle. It's a great small game training cartridge. Some of the other good things about a 22 long rifle is if you're looking to kill people with not a lot of collateral damage, it's very, very good. It'll only go in one side of a skull, won't exit out the other. And most 22s are very, very accurate because they're built for shooting at targets, and people who shoot at targets want tiny groups. Which leads us into accuracy. This gun, at 25 yards, it's about an inch for me. At 100 yards, I'd call it a 2 to 3 MOA gun. That's just my personal experience with it. That is what it is. I don't really have anything else to say about that. The magazines from the factory are these. And you can see it says Sig Sauer 522. Well, what you might notice is that it's very similar to this Black Dog Machine AR-15 22 mag. As a matter of fact, they're identical. No difference between them, except the Sig cost you $45. This cost you $18. It's pretty significant savings. These function flawlessly in the gun. The only difference is the stamping on the side. Personally, I'd rather have a whole bag full of these than a couple of those. I went ahead and kept this one that came with the gun, because you might as well. But don't waste your money on Sig mags. Pretty much on any Sig gun, Mekgar or whoever else makes their magazines will sell them to you cheaper than Sig will. Sig charges you 50% just for the privilege of buying it from Sig, which is ridiculous. I wish they'd stop that. Either just have all their mags, just say Mekgar or Black Dog on them, or basically just get out of the magazine business. That'd be really nice. Anyway, they're basically already out of the magazine business. They're just trying to make money still, which pisses me off. Size and weight. The gun's about 4 pounds. It's very light. Size-wise, it's the same size as a 5.56 AR-15. It's very compatible. Ergonomics. I love the Sig Classic ergonomics. The handguard, if you notice, does not have rails on it. Doesn't have an AFG on it. Doesn't have anything. That's because for me, I don't need any of that on a Sig. It feels good already. So I would call the ergonomics awesome. And the trigger, going to ergonomics also, is rockin'. If you like Sig single action triggers, you will love that trigger. Materials used. There's a couple of good and bad things about this. First off, they used a solid aluminum upper receiver, which is nice. I think it has definite benefits over the Smith & Wesson M&P 22, which is this gun's chief competitor in my opinion. They did use a polymer lower, which yet again for this 22 I think is acceptable. I'm totally fine with that. Where I'm not okay with that is the stock. They made the stock out of the same type of plastic that you would make like kids' toys out of. Feels like an airsoft stock. And I'm sure you guys can hear that and see that. Stocks should not wiggle. Although, if I understand Sig correctly, the new 5.56 stock that they came out with for the Sig 551A1 will fit the 522, and I would imagine that they're going to sell those pretty cheap. You might have to call Sig direct, but I'm probably guessing 50-60 bucks. If it's more than that, it's outrageous. This stock works, and if they offer an upgrade to a better stock, I'm okay with that at this gun's price point. If the gun was $600, $700, I would not be okay with that. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous at $400, but you can put up with it. Variations. There's a number of variations on this gun. They have they have a couple models actually that are the carbine length, like their SBRs come with. They even have SBR models of this. They have railed versions. They have marksman versions. They have all sorts of stuff. They even have versions of this now that come with iron sights, which, by the way, this rifle normally does not come with iron sights. If you really want to know the different variations, go look on Sig Sauer's website. They update the models. This video is probably going to be out there for a while. I'm not going to give you a full list of all the models and stuff just because it's pointless. They change them pretty much year to year. Add some, take some away. Just type Sig Sauer into Google and it's going to be like the first result. Okay, value. Kind of already talked about that, but these guns are about 400 bucks. That's awesome. A conversion kit for an AR-15 is like a couple $100 bucks. So for a couple $100 more bucks, you get a complete rifle. All in all, I love this gun, and I'm basically very sad to see it go. It is being sold. It has to do with financial reasons, not because of want. If I had the money, I'd keep this gun forever, and I would highly recommend it. Please thumbs up the video and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.